Hello everyone. We are already live now, and I guess we have been receiving our now chat box as well. Hi from everyone. So hello, good afternoon, everyone. So hi, hi. So Amitar count. I guess a lot of people are joining now. So we will just give them 2 minutes so that no one misses out on anything. So still people are joining in. Hi Rupesh. Yes, we are doing good. Good afternoon, everyone. Those who are still joining us. Hello, hello everyone. So still comments are coming in. Uh, I guess Amit it's already 12:03 now, so let us start the session. People will
Okay,
keep
fine.
joining in. So I'll just
Mm,
do a little introduction and then we will start off with your presentation. Then I guess until then we will
sure,
have just
no
1 minute and
worries.
people will still be joining in with us till then.
Okay,
So good
very
afternoon,
much.
everyone. My name is Mayur Kunte, and I take care of sales, overall sales in ATD. So many of you are aware of that. Those are from Mumbai or maybe Bangalore, and market from Maharashtra. So definitely, this is our second webinar where we are doing after Egypt, and last week we are doing unexplored UAE this time. So where we are introducing you with the other parts of UAE, that is, Dubai. Everyone does Dubai, but apart from Dubai, what else can you propose to your clients? Especially for the Indian market, where also you can have Indian food or the other aspects where you can get everything in other parts of UAE apart from Dubai. We'll also be talking some parts of Dubai where there are challenges like when a client asks you, when I reach at a particular place, how am I going to do this thing? How we are going to do that thing? So definitely we will be also guiding you across those factors as well in Dubai. But yes, apart from that, Shraddha sound is not proper. Shraddha can just try to reconnect again. I guess everyone else is able to hear me, correct, right? Just put in maybe if one two can just comment in that if they are able to hear me properly, so I'll know that the voice is proper. Yeah, the voice is proper. Okay. Okay. Then just Shraddha, can you just try to again reconnect so that you will also be able to hear properly. So as I was saying that we are going to explore the unexplored UAE today, where we are going to do Ajman, Fujairah, and Umm Al Quwain, where also you will be able to explore the sides into the mice, how you can promote them towards the mice sector, the FIT ledger, the family groups, as well as how it will be proper to Indian market. So I would request Amit to carry on with the presentation now, since everyone is able to hear us as well, and we definitely would be waiting for you to take on the things now. So Amit, over to you.
Okay, fine. Thank you everyone for joining us. And let's begin up with the presentation, basically, so that we can cover up the major unexplored UAE part at its full. Start the conversation. Right away, as Mayur clearly told that we are in collaboration with ATD and Lebenswet being two companies that are presenting up, and ATD represents Lebenswet Dubai in Indian market. Now, with regards to Emirates of United Arab Emirates, United Arab Emirates is a country wherein there are 7 Emirates, basically Abu Dhabi being its capital, followed by Ajman, Fujairah, Sharjah, Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah, and Al Quwain. These are the 7 Emirates wherein on the map you can see all the 7 Emirates basically located as per the geographical positions. Now we begin with Al Quwain. The distance between basically Al Quwain and Dubai is 40 kilometers approx, 37, 38, 40 kilometers. Al Quwain is on the northern side of Dubai, basically. If you check the map over here, you can see that on the southern side from Dubai, it's Abu Dhabi, sorry, and rest all the Emirates are towards the northern side, starting from Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah on the northern western border, and Fujairah on the northern east border. The public transport that you can use if you want to go from Dubai to Al Quwain is Etihad bus, wherein you have to catch the bus at Etihad Dera station, and it will take you to the Al Quwain, wherein at the Union Roundabout in Al Quwain you have to get down, which is a stop over there, and then further into the Al Quwain you can actually travel by a taxi. Otherwise, the other means of basically booking up your transfers are book with your ground suppliers that you will normally do with Dubai, because ground suppliers from Dubai also do favors. Now, Al Quwain. Basically, if you want to get out of Dubai with a peaceful, tranquil, and great seafood, enjoy the sound of waves, peace, calm water lagoons, Al Quwain is the best place to begin, wherein actually you can go sailing, kayaking, windsurfing on the lagoon, discover seabirds, fish, flamingos in the mangrove swamps, buggy jumping, buggy racing, skydiving, horse riding, all can be done along with falconry, fishing, and dhow building factory as well. The key sightseeing that we will cover in Al Quwain will be Al Quwain National Museum, which is a century-old fort, Al Sina Island, Dreamland Aqua Park, a camel racetrack, and abandoned IL-76 flight. Now we come to National Museum. Basically, National Museum is a half-day activity which is closed in the afternoon. It starts at around 7 a.m. and shuts down at 2 p.m. Again, it starts at 5 p.m. till 8 p.m., which is basically a 250-year-old monument, resident of the royal family, known as a Al Quwain Fort. Officially a museum, now an official museum of UAE, wherein majorly a school field trips are been taken under to know the history of UAE in this beautiful fortress. Residents of local ruler, it was from 1768 to 1969. Now museum which has features of majlis, old Bataan jewelry, fancy weaponries, among other archaeological finds. Thai Island is basically placed 19 kilometers away from Al Quwain, and it is a full day activity. Basically, an island with dense mangroves and sandy beaches, meant for bird watchers, natural enthusiasts, wherein you have wide variety of flora, fauna, with rare Socotra cormorants, flamingos, seagulls can be seen over here. So you can visit it as a full day activity for Al Sinai Islands. Dreamland Aqua Park. With UAE and the regions, you actually cannot miss any water park. Every emirate has its own water park. Again, a full day activity, specialist for serpentine-like slides, and a lawn for lodging. So you have a lawn for lodging where you actually camp in at the cabanas and tent for the whole night as well. It's a 250 square meters big area with 25 size attractions which were started, and then 5 more were added in September 2004, making it a host of total 30 attractions in one water park. Best for children and enjoyable for whole family. Camel racetracks. Camel racetracks basically are camel racing, camel being a national animal and a national sport in UAE. Every emirate has its own racetrack, and but camel racetrack in Al Quwain is special, because of the sand dunes over there, which the track is in Al Lasba, Labsa area, which is open to Thursday and Fridays in the cooler months, where you can actually view the racing as well. You can also spot some camel caravans moving across the during the racetracks. It's again a half-day activity wherein the race takes place around 1 hour or 2 hours of racing is done. So it's a half-day activity which you can do. Now, again, coming up to the other sightseeing is abandoned IL-76, which was a strategic airlifter for Russian countries. And this particular sightseeing can be clubbed with Dreamland Water Park because it's just 2 kilometers away from Dreamland. This was a cargo plane for Russia, and since it was been dumped over here because of the non-functional airstrip, it's been stuck over in Quain itself only, and it's just been used as now a billboard for Palma Beach Hotel. The engines are long by, the wings have begun to rust, and it's just the story that and the history that accompanies with this airplane that has been taken care of, or that has been explained during this sightseeing. It's also an half-day activity wherein basically you spend around 1 hour or so, and then you can club it with a Dreamland Water Park and move to Dreamland on the same day. Now, with regards to accommodation and hotels in Quain, 3-star hotels like Hotel Royal Residency Beach, Branch Royal Residency and Spa, Flamingo Beach Resorts, etc. are there. 4-star hotel comprises of Pearl Beach and Spa, Barracuda Beach Resort, Palma Beach Resort and Spa, Quain Beach Hotel, etc. However, please do note that there are no 5-star hotel accommodations in Quain. If a client wishes to stay in Quain in a 5-star accommodation, he has to either stay in Ajman or Ras Al Khaimah and then travel to Quain for his activities. Major hotels in Quain, being a beach destination and next to the Arabian Sea, are on beachfront and have a spectacular view of the sea during their stay from major of the rooms. Next up in the lineup is Ajman.
Amit, sorry to interrupt one thing. Everyone is putting their email IDs, so you will be getting the PPT on those send email IDs. Also, if anyone has questions, please do start putting it in the chat box. So we will have a question answer session at the end of this presentation. So everything will be answered at that time. Thank you so much. Amit, over to you.
Thank you, Mayur. Next one on our list is Ajman, wherein like Quain, Ajman is also a beach destination near the Gulf, Arabian Gulf side, and it's most liberal of the Emirates. Basically, with terms of dry states and liquor consumption and liquor availability is mentioned, it's very liberal. Ajman basically is placed 69 kilometers away from Dubai, and on an average speed, if you go by minutes or so. Public transport Ajman at the Ajman bus depot, time in the morning and in 11:30. So there is a lot of time that you can actually spend in Ajman if you only wish to have an on your own exploration as well. Other means of transportation, likewise in Quain, you can also book it to a ground supplier. Now, Ajman being became the part, basically it's a tiniest emirate in UAE, which became a part of United Arab Emirates in 1971. Situated along the coast or Gulf Coast as gorgeous sandy beaches stretched around 10 miles. Ajman tends to tolerate other Emirates when it comes to dress, although it is wise to dress conservatively away from the beach. Basically, the sightseeing that we will cover in Ajman will be Ajman Museum, Dow Cruise boat building yard, shopping in Ajman, Ajman Beach, and Al Masfort. Ajman Museum. Ajman Museum basically the highlight for everybody to see. It's an 18th century fort, depicts the life of Emirates as it was once. Basically, evening opens at in the evening at 2:30 to 8 p.m. Basically graded by Twin Towers and authenticity canons. It's a must-see sightseeing wherein you can see antique collection of weapons, photography, archaeological. Now, Dow Cruise building boatyard, we have done, or we have sold, many of us have sold Dow Cruise to all our customers, all our passengers, all of our, or you might have himself or yourself visited had enjoyed the sightseeing of Dow Cruise. But how the Dow Cruise been made is also a uniqueness of a Middle East. How to make the Dow Cruise, which is the oldest boat building yard, basically located on the north side of the creek, about a mile from the city center, and it's an active boat building yard. So if you visit this boat building yard, you can see basically the boat building procedures in various steps of its boat building, Dow Cruise building basically. At the time, they construct around 20 to 30 dows at a time, and it's a half day event where you can spend 3 to 4 hours basically at this yard. Shopping in Ajman. Now, shopping in Ajman is also a best thing, wherein you have a lot of local souks and authenticated. You can get authenticated souvenirs in Ajman. Also, you have the fish market, wherein you can buy fresh fish, and the best part of Ajman's fish market is that you can actually cook your fish there itself in the mall as well, which is one of the example is the City Center Mall in Ajman. Also, you have larger and better malls from south in Dubai. The malls include cinemas, playground areas, food courts, etc., etc. What you also find in major of the Dubai malls as well. Ajman Beach. Ajman Beach is beautiful sandy beach stretch around 10 miles. Which water touching the horizon is the best possible view that you can see from the Ajman, being it on the Arabian Gulf side, seaside. Basically, the beach has all the umbrellas and beach chairs, so you can actually go there and relax if you want to relax and on the beach. Like we have shacks over in Goa, for example, you also have shacks over there as well on Ajman Beach. Dolphin spotting is a popular pastime in the area, along with snorkeling, jet skiing, fishing, scuba diving, and other water sport activities that you can enjoy. So it's basically a leisure activity wherein if you're staying in the city center, you can just walk down to the beach within 5 to 10 minutes and enjoy your leisure time over there. Now, Al Musfat. Al Musfat is basically surrounded by Ras Al Khaimah, Dubai enclave of Hatta and Oman, and accessible from Ajman only. So you have to make sure, bro, it's been surrounded by Dubai enclave of Hatta and Oman. It's only accessible via Ajman only. You cannot come directly to Al Musfat from Dubai or Oman. It's a full day or half day activity, basically based on if you want to visit your nearby villages to see the honey making process, or to buy some honey from the local vendors, you can actually extend your trip to the full day trip as well. It's wide valleys and high elevations make it a cool and pleasant view or visit, famous for its fertile and famous for beehives and honey production. It also has a Bin Sultan Mosque, which was built with palm trees and palm tree branches and red clay in 1815. It's on the hilltop and the villages are downside. Now, covering up with the hotel and hotel stays in Ajman, 3-star hotels like Aravan Ajman, Sweet Hotel, Ajman Hotel, Dream Palace Hotel, etc. are available. There are also a lot of service apartments in Ajman like Tulipin Hotel Apartment, Alain Hotel Apartment, Al Samos Hotel Apartment, Arabian Hotel Apartment, Halayin Hotel Apartment, Sara Hotel Apartment, 4-star hotels like Arman Sarai, Luxury Collection, Ramada by Windham Beach Hotel, Waves Hotel, Ajman, 5-star hotel like the Oberoi has their hotel over there, Oberoi Beach Hotel, Al Zora. Radisson also has their hotel like Radisson View, Ajman, etc. So there are a lot of hotel options and stay in Ajman available. Now we come to the third part or third emirate, which is Fujairah. Fujairah is basically on the northeast side of UAE, lying along the Gulf of Oman. So Oman is just nearby to Fujairah, known for its beaches and the Hazar Mountains. The Hazar Mountains are very much famous for its hiking and mountain trails. Basically, it's located around 120 kilometers away via Sharjah Kalba area. You can also have a public transport over there from Union Square metro station. You can catch a bus to Fujairah, and it departs every 2 hours. One way take every hour, sorry, and it takes around 2 hours to reach Fujairah. Other mode of transport is book transfers from the ground suppliers that we normally do. Now, Fujairah, being a modern city, industrial town, and main settlement of East Coast, it separates Emirates by the jagged line of Hajar Mountains, which is very much famous. A grid pattern of high-rise office blocks with little offer visitors, with little to offer visitors, and it's also great for shopping, to try food, the local food, exciting. Desert experiences also you can cover up in Fujairah, being the mountainous region. It also has a small fort and historical buildings, Bidaya Mosque, the spectacle of the coast as well. The sightseeing that we will cover is Al Bidaya Mosque, Fujairah Historic Fort, Fujairah Museum, Wadi Buraha. In between these multi-cities, actually enjoy the beach, shopping, dining to make Fujairah also a visit. And best visited destination is from September to May, with a lot of activities being operational during those periods. Al Bidaya Mosque. Basically, Al Bidaya Mosque is the oldest known mosque in UAE. Half day visit, and the mosque is open 24 hours for your visit. Attraction: standing high on the rocky outcrop, a well-maintained mosque with a fortress like tower built with mud and stone. The oldest mosque in UAE, as we say, ranging back from around 1446 AD. The interior of the mosque is simple and excludes the scenic atmosphere. Climb on the top of the tower for amazing panorama. Fujairah Historic Fort. Now comes the Fujairah Historic Fort, which is the oldest and the largest castle in the country. Open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is about 360 years old and was attacked many a times by British Navy in 1925. Watchtower rises above the walls at least 22.5 meters, and a main square tower is called a Murabba. Surrounded by local mud brick houses and date palms, the fort is constructed from rock, mud, plaster on the frame of mangrove poles. Highlights of this to look out for the walls, basically now dry, and the hole where prisoners were lowered in the ditch. On a brighter side, channel grows into the top floor with the channel of date syrup, wherein the date syrup is still being made, and it runs out of the fermented piles of dates. If you don't have to enter the fort basically to see at its base. It looks beautiful when it's lit up in the dark and is of a great photos option. So because being of its lightning in the night, and it's on the hilltop, you can actually view this fort from the city itself and in the night as well. So you don't have to go in the morning, or basically if you want to go, it's just a half day activity which you can do it. Fujairah Museum. Now Fujairah Museum is open from 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Arranged inside a modern building, the Fujairah Museum offers an extraordinary artifact of archaeological digs around Fujairah. Pottery, arrowheads, and digs of Fujairah pottery, arrowheads, carlin beads indicate that the area has been inhabited over 3,500 years. Most written exhibits includes Bedouin jewelry, clothing, and weaponry. Due to the language barrier, there is the lack of meaningful signages and explanations in this museum. So keep your mind open when you visit up the Fujairah Museum. Wadi Buraha. Basically, Wadi Buraha is 1,700 hectares of area.
Amit,
Tell me.
Amit, I guess the last slide, your voice was breaking and the screen was free, so people were not, I guess, able to hear your last slide properly.
So
can you please repeat that again for them?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Fair enough. I'm going up a bit. Yeah. See, now we can just repeat up the Fujairah Museum. Fujairah Museum basically is which opens at 8 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. It's arranged inside a modern building. The Fujairah Museum offers an extraordinary artifacts from archaeological digs around Fujairah: pottery, arrowhead, carinal beds indicate that the area has been inhabited for over 3,500 years. Most recent exhibits include Bedouin jewelry, clothing, and weaponry. However, just be reminded that during the visit of this museum, because of the language barrier, there is a lack of meaningful signage and explanations. So we have to really keep our mind open when we visit, and we just have to understand what the basically the museum artifacts are or archaeological things are going to show us, or what they mean to show us. Wadi Buraha, basically. Now, Wadi Buraha is a 12,700 hectares of area, which is also a full day trip and is contrast to the other attractions around Fujairah. This designated wetland is a mountain of home to more than 100 species of birds, reptiles, amphibians. It is a freshwater fish species and wild orchid to look out for. Best visited on off-road tours with a guide. The area is one of the last home for Carnacle lang, the Arabian leopard, and the endangered Arabian tar. Check out for the scenic waterfall high in the Hajar Mountains with stream and pools between the rocks. Part of this wadi might be closed for conservation work, so check the latest info before you make the trip. Now we come to hotels in Fujairah. Basically, 3-star hotels like Ibis Fujairah, Mirage Hotel, Alkar, etc. are there. Service apartments like Mina Al Fajr apartment, Apar Hotel, Adagio Fujairah, etc. 4-star hotels like V Hotel Fujairah, City Tower Hotel, Sandy Beach Hotel, Mirage Babal Bahar, Capital O 224 Hotel Beach Resort, Noor Arjan by Rotana, Novotel Fujairah, etc. are available. Also, there are a lot of 5-star hotels in Fujairah, Radisson Blue Resort, Fairmont Fujairah Beach Resort, La Meridian is there, Intercontinental is there, Blue Diamond Al Salam is there, Miramal Al Kal Beach Resort is there, Fujairah Rotana Resort and Spa is there, Royal M Fujairah Mall is there, Concord Hotel is there. So lot of hotel available options are there in Fujairah, which are also coming up with new venture and wedding destination as well coming up in UAE now. Rather than going for Atlantis or majorly to Atlantis or other 5-star hotels like Jumeirah Towers and Sheraton for wedding, now people are started moving up to Fujairah for their wedding destinations as well. Now we come across and we just share up some key attractions, minute points for Dubai and Abu Dhabi, such as Burj Khalifa, Aquaventure Lost Chamber, Ferrari World, Yas Water Park, Warner Brothers, Yas Island, Bollywood Park, Motion Gate, Legoland, Lego Water Park, Miracle Garden, and Butterfly Garden. Burj Khalifa. Now Burj Khalifa, everybody has been sailing Burj Khalifa for quite a long time, but just a minute parts about it. Burj Khalifa basically has observation deck on 124th, 125th, and 148th floor. Basically, everybody knows that it's a 124th floor. However, they also have an observation deck on 125th floor, which has been newly started. And if there is a rush during a peak hours or peak season, they do open 125th floor as well for the observatory view. And there are 6 basically lifts that take you to these floors. Burj Khalifa bar launch basically Burj Khalifa is at 152 floor, 153rd, and 1 breakfast, tea, bubbly sundowner, that is in the evening during the sunsets, bubbly under the sky, that is around 8 to 9:30. You can enjoy the meals as well along with your spectacular view from the observation deck of 152nd, 153rd, and 154th floor. There are two slots. Basically, one is prime slot and prime time slot, and the other is non-prime slot. Therein there is a sunset in UAE, so during the time. The other slots, apart from the prime time, are the non-prime slots. The first slot starts at around 6:30 a.m. and the last slot is at 10:30 p.m. Club offers. You can also club Burj Khalifa visit with a couple of offers, like you can club the offers along with Dubai Aquarium, Underwater Zoo, VR Park. There is a combo ticket available with Dubai Aquarium, Underwater Zoo, and VR Park. You have to do while entering the Burj Khalifa. going at the top, you have to do is that visit the Burj Khalifa counter, scan your barcode that you receive by a couple of vendors. Now they do send WhatsApp messages as well to the clients, or there is a physical paper that has a barcode over there. You have to scan the barcode at the ticket counter and get your physical ticket to entry. You have to carry your passport along with it, because at sometimes they might ask you for your identity to just identify that whether the correct passengers are traveling at one time, at the time of entry. One time, you are one lift carries around 150 passengers at the top.
Amit, I guess your sound is not clear because we have been receiving the comment that there is no voice or the voice is not clear. So can you please come again with Burj Khalifa? I guess for them.
Okay. Am I clear now?
Yeah, I guess now your voice is not cracking. I hope he is clear now.
Mayur, am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible to me. I guess if some those who are certain no voice from you, I guess if they can just verify to us that if the voice is clear now, so we can start off with again on this slide. Yes, you can start off because they have started it. They can listen. Yes.
Okay, fine, fair enough. For Burj Khalifa, we can just note down that there are observation decks on 124th, 125th, and 140th floor. 124th and 125th floor is the same observation deck, wherein the same entry is there. And during the peak period or peak season or peak timing, 125th floor basically is open for observation, along with 124th floor. There is also a launch at Burj Khalifa at 152nd, 153rd, and 154th floor, wherein you can enjoy your breakfast, tea, bubbly snow downer during the sunset point, and bubbly under the stars during the period at night between 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. There are basically two slots. One is prime time and one is non-prime time slot. Prime time slots is at 4 p.m. to between 4 p.m. to 6:30 slot. The first entry at Burj Khalifa club offers are there along with the Burj Khalifa entry ticket, that is Dubai Aquarium Underwater Zoo and VR Park. However, please be noted that the club offers are only available along with non-prime entry of Burj Khalifa, not with the prime time entries. What you have to do by entering at the counter, you have to go there and scan your barcode. The barcode that you receive nowadays are by most of the suppliers have started sending barcodes to their clients on a WhatsApp. You can also scan it from a WhatsApp, or you also receive a physical paper copy of the barcode, where you have to go at the ticket counter, show the barcode along with your passport document, your identity proof, and you can get the physical tickets from the counter. There are 6 lifts basically to carry passengers up to the observation deck at Burj Khalifa. Now we come across to Aquaventure and Lost Chamber. Aquaventure and Lost Chamber. Basically, Aquaventure is a water park. Lost Chamber is an aquarium in Atlantis, the Palm. Aquaventure water park promises of excellent with different feel of the water with more than one. You get a pulse rating 30 slides and attraction that you can enjoy in Aquaventure with along with the Dubai's longest lazy river, relax around 500 meters of private beach as well. Meal vouchers are also available during Aquaventure Lost Chamber trip and can be topped up at the time of booking. Optional activities in Aquaventure are basically scuba diving, play and swim with dolphins. Lost Chamber, being an aquarium which hosts around 65,000 marine animals with the Ambassador Lagoon. Optional activities also in Lost Chamber is scuba diving, swim with the sharks, and much more. Aquaventure Lost Chamber is a full day activity which opens at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's a full day activity. What you say, the most famous Leap of Death ride in Aquaventure as well. Ferrari World. Ferrari World basically is in Abu Dhabi, and it's an indoor amusement park built on the theme of Ferrari park. Ferrari. It's also host has a record largest space frame structure ever built in the world. Formula Rossa, the world's fastest roller coaster, is also located here. Major rides also includes are included in the entry ticket except for go-karting, Junior Grand Prix, and Scuderia Challenge. Kindly check with us at the time of booking what are the extra rates for them, as the rates keep on fluctuating based on the seasonal activity as well. Yas Water Park. This is also Yas Water Park is also in Yas Island in Abu Dhabi, and it has more than 40 rides, slides, and attractions, including the Bubble Barrel, Rush Rider, Bandit Bomber, which is the longest suspended roller coaster in Middle East, over 550 meters long. All rides also are included in this ticket, and there are no optional rides in Yas Water Park. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is an indoor amusement park in Abu Dhabi, owned and developed by Miral Assets Management, an expected cost of $1 billion. The park features characteristic Warner Brothers franchises such as Looney Tunes, DC Comics, Hanna-Barbera, and others. The all entry tickets to this rides are included in the entry ticket basically. All these three activities like Ferrari World, Yas Water World, and Warner Brothers are a full day activities. You can also club them if you want to visit on a 1 day as well as 1 day 2 park entries are also available. During the off season, November or October, beginning of October, hotels offer and combo offer at stay for 1 night and enjoy 1 day 2 park entry or all park entry free complimentary. During the season period, basically it's not operational or they do not provide you or extend you the offers for this entry ticket free. Now all Yas Island comprises is of Ferrari Park, Yas Water World, Warner Brothers, SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, which is expected to be opening in 2022, Yas Marina Circuit, Yas Link, that is golf course, Yas Beach, Dew Arena and Forum for events, the Dew World Music Festival, 7 hotels comprising 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. Yas Express, that is the shuttle bus service inside Yas Island, which is absolutely free, and you can move from one place to other running between the Yas Island activities. And also there is a Yas Mall as well. Now we come to Bollywood Park. Basically, Dubai Park is the main latest attraction of parks that is and which comprises of 4 parks: Bollywood Park, Motion Gate, Lego Water Park, and Legoland. Now we just look into the Bollywood Park, basically named after Bollywood sets with rides and stunt shows and performances of Bollywood films. This park has 5 zones, that is Bollywood Boulevard, Bollywood Film Studios, Royal Plaza, Rustin Ravin, and Mumbai Chowk. Mumbai Chowk is basically where you can have all Mumbai food or the best street food of Mumbai also you can have, which has 16 rides and attractions inspired by Bollywood blockbusters. There is also a Jane show which is charged approximately 80 dirhams per head and is charged extra if you want to include Jane show at a time of booking, that can also be done. And it's an half day activity basically to do, or you can, even if you want to spend a full day based on your interest of spending leisure time, you can also do it as a full day activity as well. Motion Gate. It's also Bollywood film based. Motion Gate is also based on Hollywood inspired theme park. This is Hollywood pictures like best attractions of DreamWorks Animations, Columbia Pictures, Lion Gate, and the Smurfs. Motion Gate Dubai features 27 rides, attractions inspired by Hollywood blockbusters like Ghostbusters, Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, Smurf, and The Hunger Game. There are also tone of live entertainment like a dance performance by Step Up All In that happens in Motion Gate as well. Again, it's a full day or half day activity depending on your interest of enjoying the sightseeing. opened in 31st October 2016. It's the first Lego park in the Middle East with the seventh worldwide and was seventh worldwide. Basically, it has 40 rides in Lego Park, Legoland Park, and enjoyable majorly for kids, wherein basically kids can construct their own Lego vehicles to move around and enjoy the activities around. So if you have kids, you can actually visit them. So they will have a lot of fun. Again, it's a half day or a full day activity based on your interest of enjoying the activity. Likewise, there is also Lego Water Park, which is also 20 rides. An attraction, especially with the family kids of around 2 to 12 years of old. Now, this activity also has some of the rides wherein kids can make their own Lego water slides and water vehicles to enjoy the ride. Basically, if you check out for Bollywood Park, Motion Gate, Lego or Lego Water Park, you also get these rides for complimentary basis as if you stay in there, as they have a lot of offers like 1 day 2 park or 2 day 3 4 parks likewise. So based on that, if you go and stay at Dubai parks, that is Lapita basically, and the Row Park Hotel, which is next big to these activities, you can also enjoy them for free. It's almost a free adventure because both of hotels, Row Park is basically a 4-star hotel, and Lapita is a 5-star signature Marriott property. Now we come to Miracle Garden and Butterfly Garden. Miracle Garden and Butterfly Garden basically are artificial gardens made from flowers. A lot of activities, a lot of there are a lot of sceneries, or basically all the things are made up of flower. Garden occupies 72,000 square meters of area. Largest natural flower garden featuring around 50 million flowers and 250 million plants. Butterfly Garden is also next adjacent to Miracle Garden, which is also a recently added activity. World's largest and traditional butterfly garden featuring 50,000 butterflies and around 26 kinds. Dubai Butterfly Garden is an indoor garden which has 10 domes that are sure to win your heart. Both Miracle Garden and Butterfly Garden are basically a seasonal activity which starts around October end or November first week, and it's operational till April last week. Basically, because due to this Corona COVID issue, it has been closed in the March itself only. They are not basically operating during whole round the year because these are all naturally grown flowers and plants. But because of the heat, the plants do die and power shrink up. So this is an offshore activity, or I mean seasonal activity for UAE. And that's how we come to the end of the presentation, basically with covering up around Fujairah, Ajman, and Al Quwain, and as a destination, as an offshore, unseen destination or unexplored destination as well. Anyway, over to you, Mayur. Hello, Mayur, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Yes,
yeah. Sure.
Okay. So thank you so much for attending the presentation. Now we will proceed on to the question and answer session. So Amit, okay, let's start with the first question. So we had Mr. Kaushal Vora who was asking us about the availability of Indian veg and Jain food in all these 3 places.
Indian Jain and veg food is readily available in all the hotels basically in all these 3 Emirates. There are less or almost negligible Indian restaurants available in the Fujairah, Al Quwain or Ajman. However, you have Indian food or veg or Indian veg or Jain food which is available in the restaurant of the hotel itself.
Okay. So second question we have is the 140th floor that we spoke about Burj Khalifa. Is it open for tourists or is it like a VIP entry or something?
Hello, Mayur.
Yes. As the 140th floor of Burj Khalifa, is it something it is a tourist entry or is it only a VIP entry or something?
Tourist entry, basically they have floor and one on 148th floor. It's open for whole day along with other at the time of booking, whether you want to book 124th floor or 140th floor. Only thing is that it has two slots of prime time and non-prime time. There is no such as a VIP in observation decks anyways in Burj Khalifa. Hello, Mayur. Hello, Mayur. Are you there? Hello. Yeah. Basically, we'll take up Nilesh question. What is the season for visiting Miracle Garden? Basically, Miracle Garden is operational and open from October end, November first week till April end. So that is time only that Miracle Garden is open. Sivgad has sent in a question like we do we have hotels which serve only pure veg restaurants? So basically there are no pure veg restaurants, and some of the hotels do have, but usually the hotels will have a restaurant which serves veg and non-veg as well. Maybe we can take up any other questions that are just a couple of
Yeah, I
questions.
guess they need to know what are the other places in Dubai where we can attract the passengers, asked by Ms. Kadambari.
Miss Kadambari, that we can, which basically we are other places. We are also having our PowerPoint presentation or the webinar on Dubai and Abu Dhabi as well, wherein the other activities which are not normally sold in Indian market are been covered up. So do join us for those sessions as well. So you can also come to know about the other activities in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which are not known to many people in India, basically.
Then we'll be coming with that webinar soon, and we'll also keep you informed about them. So, what is exactly Bubbly Under the Star restaurant which you're speaking about in Burj Khalifa?
Pardon? Bubbly under
The star. Yes.
Basically, it's a launch wherein they serve you some snacks at around between 8 to 9:30. So you can have the view from the launch as well of the Burj Khalifa down as a, like you do it as an observation deck. Also have your snacks around at that time.
So, is it possible for DMC to book, or the client has to book it directly? How is it?
No, we can book it from our end as well.
Okay, that's great. There has been a repeat question, Amit, which is Abu Dhabi Louvre. So, can you please elaborate about that, some points about Abu Dhabi Louvre?
Abu Dhabi Louvre also is covered extensively in Abu Dhabi part as well. Those slides and we can with those webinars and with those presentations we can cover up those Abu Dhabi and Dubai sightseeing which are not been ventured about.
Okay, okay. Amit, then there one more question from Ms. Poonam. What is Jane Jigar show and how much time it will take?
Jane Jigar show is a musical show on stage, basically performed by the performers, and it's around 40 minutes of a show based on Bollywood themes of songs and the themes and the drama.
Okay. And any list of adventure sports in UAE which can be done exclusively?
Where in UAE basically you are speaking about? If you are speaking about Fujairah,
We'll talk about the three cities which we covered today, no? Fujairah, Ajman, and Umm Al Quwain. So
those are already been covered. You can actually do water sport activities on Ajman beach. Fujairah also you have a beach and the Hazar mountains to do adventure activities like mountain biking, trekking, hiking over there on Hazar mountains, and water sports activities on the beach. And Umm Al Quwain also you have a lot of water sport activities and also the hiking trails in the Mangroves.
okay, okay. Amit, Debashish wants to know that can you repeat the open time for Miracle Garden?
Pardon?
The open time for Miracle Garden.
Miracle Garden basically starts at around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it's open till 6:30 in the evening.
Okay. There's one question from Arindam. He wants to know about the nightlife in Umm Al Quwain, Ajman, and Fujairah.
Nightlife in Quain, Ajman, and Fujairah is like Abu Dhabi only or Dubai as well, wherein there are extensively bars and restaurants and sports bars or entertainment propositions in hotel itself. Or Ajman has it even in the restaurants or other outlet bars as well. However, with Quain and Fujairah, those are in the hotels.
Okay. So Amit, how many nights would it be required to cover these new cities? A minimum number of nights for all these cities, one maybe one by one. If you want to cover, suppose.
minimum number of nights minimum number of nights if you want to visit the Quain or say Fujairah or Ajman, you require around 3 to 4 nights basically to cover all the activities that were mentioned based on your leisure as well. But however, you can also club it along with Dubai as well, wherein for example, if you take one night of Abu Dhabi and one night of Atlantis, you can even keep Atlantis or even skip Atlantis because if you are going to Fujairah or you have a water parks also in Fujairah and Quain. So you can go there as a water park, enjoy the water park over there, and also rather than going to Abu Dhabi, you can stay one night. So you can actually do it clubbing at 4 nights in Dubai and 2 nights in Quain, or say 4 nights Dubai, 2 nights in Fujairah, 4 nights Dubai, 2 nights in Ajman as well, or even as an individual destination if you want to do 4 nights are required. 3 to 4 nights are enough for those areas to be covered.
Okay. So how about okay, Miss Nisha wants to know how about the dolphin show and where we can get it.
Pardon?
How about the
Dolphin show.
Yes.
Dolphin show in Aquaventure. It is in Aquaventure itself only inside. So at the time when you are going, during the purchase of your Atlantis ticket, Aquaventure band, Aquaventure Lost Chamber band, at the counter you can actually check with the rate what is there at the rate to book the dolphin show as well inside the Aquaventure. It's inside the Aquaventure. It's not a separate sightseeing. It's inside the Aquaventure. You can also go enter Aquaventure, and then also they have a separate counter at the dolphin counter as well to book the tickets over there itself if you want to do it at the last moment as well.
Okay. Let's get Mr. Chetan wants to know any approximate costing in this city.
But come back again.
Any approximate costing about the 3-star hotels in these new cities, like maybe Quain or Ajman and Fujairah?
3-star cities approximately costing will be off-season costing at around 120 dirhams per room per night, and at the season around 180 to 200 dirhams per room per night. That will be, it's a bit cheaper than Dubai basically, but not that much cheaper that you can actually think about forgetting Dubai and going there. But it's much cheaper than Dubai as well.
Okay. Miss Rekha wants to know, would like to know the camel race track. Is it happens throughout the year, or are there any particular months when this happens?
Camel race track is operational throughout the year basically, but during the winter season from December to Jan Feb, they do conduct races wherein you can also see camel racing as well if you visit during that period.
Okay. So Miss Amish wants to know if you stay in Lapita Resort, all park tickets are complimentary or chargeable. I guess they are complimentary, right, Amit?
Yes, they are complimentary if you stay in Lapita, but that depends on the offer that is floating at the time. Either the 1 night 2 parks or 1 night 4 park offer is being floated at one time.
Okay, but is it there was a question, but is it worth to do all the 4 parks in Dubai parks, or are there any recommendation like you can do only Bollywood parks, or how is it?
See, if you are having kids, you can basically you will have to do all 4 parks. What I suggest is because the kids will love Lego Park or Legoland Water Park, basically Lego Water Park and Legoland Park. If you are not going along with kids, Bollywood Park or Motion Gate may be enough for you to enjoy.
Okay. So Amit, is there any pass which covers all these attractions or entry throughout the Dubai, which are talking about that we can take a weekly pass, or we can, DMC can give them a pass and then they can take it up and that way?
No, there is no such pass because all these sightseeings are constructed by different companies. Basically, for example, if you say Burj Khalifa has been constructed by MR Properties, Atlantis or Aquaventure Lost Chamber is been done by Al Nakheel. So all these different companies are having their different parks. So there is no uniform pass of all-day activity parks in UAE. But however, you can actually go and purchase it. You can also take a big bus tour, uh, wherein you can actually enjoy a part, and where you want to halt, you can halt and you can enjoy whichever part you want to enjoy.
Okay. And there was one more question which had come up that if they're taking service apartment, is there possible that they can take their own cook?
See, service apartment basically comes with a kitchenette.
Correct.
So if you want to take your own cook, or if you want to cook, you can buy the stuff from the supermarket and do it.
Okay. So Mr. Vinith is asking in one night, will 2 days in Lapita, one night, 2 days, all theme parks be covered in that time? Do you think that all parks will be covered?
See, basically, Lapita, you can do is like that. You can check in at the counter at around 10 o'clock in the morning, hand over your passport, take the entry tickets to your park, go and enjoy the park, because check-in time in Lapita is basically at 3 p.m. So you can cover up one park at that day, one park in the evening if you wish to cover. On the second day, you have to check out at 12 o'clock, but however, you have a privilege of enjoying the parks till the evening. So you can cover another two parks on the same day after checkout as well. You can keep your luggage in the clock room and enjoy your parks.
Okay, okay. So is there any this Himani is asking that is there any student travel discount offer?
No, there is no student travel discount offer, except for if you are going with the student group of a college or school. We can actually request each and individual sightseeing activity to give us some discounts or give us some special benefits.
Okay. Okay. So do we have any places like homestay in Fujairah?
Pardon?
Do we have some places like homestay in Fujairah?
Homestay in Fujairah are available, but not widely sold out, because those are not as popular, and basically they're not connected much more or viable with the website for online bookings or something.
Okay,
There are no contracts basically with the DMCs with homestay, so those are not promoted.
okay. So Amit, is it possible that we can add all these three cities with a normal Dubai package? Suppose
Slightly
someone,
above, slightly above Dubai, you can add all the three cities.
okay, but I mean, then the package would go for like what, 8 nights, 9 nights with clubbing it with Dubai?
See, if you club Dubai, basically what we book is that normal average package for Dubai is around 4 nights. You can club 2 nights, 2 nights, 2 nights. So it will be 10 nights package if you want to club all this four at one go. And based on that, if you want to club two with Dubai, 8 nights package. One with Dubai can go with 6 nights package.
Okay, okay, yes. The Mr. Vinith is asking, does USA visa holder having Indian passport given special discount in few parks and also are eligible for transit visa?
See, there are no discounts for the US visa holder. However, with visa, yes, the passenger who is having an UK and US valid visa can have a visa, can avail a visa on arrival at a minimum fee of 120 dirhams at the counter itself in UAE.
Okay. So, Amit, is it economical to stay at service apartment or maybe a 3 star or 4 star hotel at these places or maybe?
See, basically, service apartments are for families where they want to do their own cooking. So the rate ratio of rate per room per night or per unit per night in a service apartment is as good as like a 3 star hotel itself. However, 4 stars are a little bit costlier.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess if anyone has some more questions, maybe they can put in and we can also take them then. Oh, yeah. Also, Mr. Vineet has heard that in Abu Dhabi, USA visa holders are given some special rates. Is it true, Amit?
Pardon?
Mr. Vineet has also heard that in Abu Dhabi, the USA visa holders are given some special rates.
Yes, USA visa holders or USA nationals?
No, he
Stay,
mentioned USA visa holders.
USA visa holders are not given any special rates, because anyways, if you are Indian, the passport will be Indian. You only will have an US visa. So you are an Indian national basically.
Okay, okay. So Mr. Ankur has one question. Can go-karting possible in the Marina circuit, as this kind of option is available in Bahrain or Penang circuit or maybe some other for the groups, and that is a good value proposition in the itinerary.
Yes, there is no go-karting basically at Marina Circuit, but you can also have a Ferrari drive at Marina Circuit, wherein you can enjoy the Ferrari riding at around 2.5 kilometers or 1 or 2 laps of Ferrari. However, the cost around is approximately something around per person per ride is averagely 2,000 dirhams.
Okay, okay. So Amit, for MICE group, which of these cities would you suggest?
Fujairah is a better option for my slopes.
Okay, and possible of 3-nighter or 4-nighter, right?
Entity wherein people, the MICE company decides they want to spend 2 nights or they want to spend 3 nights. So depending on the budget, you can do it 1 nighter, 2 nighter, 3 nighter, any way you like.
Okay, okay, that's great. Yes, if someone is having some more questions, please do post, and Amit will get back to you with the answers. Yes, thanks for webinar, good informative. Okay. I guess Amit, there are no more further questions coming in right now. So what we'll do is one thing, we'll post out our email IDs over in the chat box. So if anyone has some more questions coming in, or they want to know some itinerary or some more information that they want, so they can just mail us on our email IDs, and Amit and our team will be reverting back to your email with all the details that you need. So in the chat box, I'll be just posting up the email ID for your further notion. Also, you can screenshot, or you can maybe note down the mobile number and the email ID which is on the screen right now of the presentation. Apart from that, in chat box also I'm posting you the information. Amit, Mr. Jaspreet is asking, what about the Indian cuisine restaurants in Fujairah? I guess this point is covered, but yes, can you elaborate it once more?
Indian cuisine is available widely in Fujairah as well at the Indian restaurants, but majorly those are available in hotels, hotel restaurants basically.
Okay, and is it also possible to we can do some industrial visit tours for students in these sectors?
Yes, there are a couple of industrial visits you can do. But that
Okay,
depends on which industry it is and how to cater about it. We have to write it down to the industries to get an appointment and so on.
okay, okay, okay. That's great. So I've already posted. So please be in touch, and also the email IDs and everything is given on your screen. So please screenshot, and please also, yeah, after the session is closed, even you can find it on YouTube. The link is already given, and you can find our previous presentation of Egypt as well on YouTube, and also the PPT over there. So here I'll close the session, Amit, so that we're done, and definitely for further questions, please do email. I guess there are some few questions popping in, but we'll be closing the session now, and we'll be answering your questions over the email. So thank you so much all for attending and giving us your time and learning about some unexplored parts of UAE. We'll be soon coming up with the other part as well, and hope to see you soon on those parts also. Amit, over to you.
Thank you everybody for attending this session and patiently listening to us. With regards to the information, do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well for more details, more updates, and also our further presentations against the unexplored UAE, wherein we have still more four Emirates to cover up. Thank you everyone. Thanks.
Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah.